Hi, Robert Greene, an American, born in 1959, wrote 7 international bestsellers, including The 48 Laws of Power. A younger son of Jewish parents studied for a BA degree in classical studies. He worked for many jobs, as a construction worker, translator, magazine editor, and even Hollywood movie writer.
Greene's first book, The 48 Laws of Power, was published in 1998. It is a guide for anyone who wants power, observes power, or wants to arm themselves against power. The idea behind his first book is that power is amoral, i.e., it is neither good nor evil. Alright, let's name each law, give an example scenario where that law could be applied, and try to find a logical explanation for the law.
Sure. Law 1. Never outshine the master. People in power often tie their identity to their position. Making them feel insecure undermines their ego, leading to defensive or retaliatory actions. For example, if a young employee presents a groundbreaking idea during a meeting, unintentionally overshadowing their boss, the employee may get praised more than his boss that day, but as the boss feels threatened, later, most probably, that employee wouldn't attend big events in future. The boss would start assigning the junior less visible tasks.
Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies. Rivals often work harder to prove their value, while friends may feel entitled and less motivated. For example, if a CEO hires a close friend as a manager, the friend becomes complacent, assuming their position is secure, and underperforms. In contrast, a rival employee, eager to prove loyalty, consistently excels.
Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Concealing intentions reduces resistance and allows for surprise, increasing chances of success. In negotiations, a company claims to want a partnership but secretly aims for a takeover. The competitor, unaware, lets their guard down, leading to an advantageous deal for the company.
Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Speaking too much can expose your strategy or give away unnecessary information. During a negotiation, one party remains silent after stating their offer, prompting the other side to over-explain and reveal their weaknesses.
Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. A good reputation opens doors that you may not even know ever existed. Losing it can shut them quickly. A real estate agent builds a reputation for honesty. One slip-up in a deal damages their credibility, leading to fewer clients. Every business needs good word.
Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Being noticed, even for polarizing reasons, often outweighs being ignored. Remaining visible ensures you stay relevant and memorable. A politician makes a controversial statement, drawing media attention. Despite criticism, their visibility skyrockets, keeping them in the public eye. Did you ever notice why movie actors sometimes even pretend to be sick? They want to stay in public mind, no matter the reason. On a lighter note, look at Elon Musk. His bold, headline-grabbing announcements about SpaceX or Tesla projects keep his companies in the spotlight, even if the timelines are overly ambitious.
Law 7. Let others do the work for you, but never forget to take the credit. Delegation can yield results, but claiming credit enhances individual power. A director allows their team to develop innovative ideas but presents them as their own in a board meeting. The director gets promoted while the team stays in place. Does it sound familiar?
It does indeed. Now Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Creating allure and exclusivity makes others seek you out, positioning you as desirable. A high-end boutique hosts an exclusive event with free gifts, drawing wealthy customers to their store. It is marketing.
Law 9. Win through actions, never through argument. Tangible results often speak louder than words in convincing others. Instead of arguing over a proposed budget cut, a department head shows detailed results demonstrating the value of their projects, swaying decision-makers. The data got no competitor.
Law 10. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. They are simply infectious. Surrounding yourself with negativity often brings unwanted consequences. A business partner frequently involved in failed ventures pulls their new partner into a failing project, draining their resources and reputation. Empathy is simply non-competitive.
Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Dependency ensures loyalty and limits alternatives. Why the developing countries do not develop for long times. The only reason is their elite do not let common public get quality education. So, the public remain dependent on the ruling class.
Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Acts of goodwill can lower defenses, making others more susceptible to manipulation. A con artist gives a small but valuable gift to gain someone's trust, paving the way for a larger scam. Every dictator and con ruler would build very few, but big visible projects to hide all the small but truly nation-building measures.
Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to self-interest. People are more inclined to help if they see personal benefits. A nonprofit seeking funding frames their request as a branding opportunity for a major donor, rather than focusing on charity. So, they portray as giving a chance instead of taking money.
Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Gaining trust gives access to valuable insights. An employee may befriend a rival colleague to learn about their plans, later using this information to gain an advantage. This technique is very effective in framing cheating spouses.
Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. Leaving enemies partly intact risks future retaliation. A victorious political leader allows opposition members to retain power. They later regroup and undermine the leader. As the book says, the power is amoral. This law may seem unethical, but it is the must-have tool in a dictator's arsenal. In 1469, the Medici family defeated their rivals in Florence, but allowed them to retain minor influence. These rivals later regrouped and orchestrated a rebellion. In 1191, Prithvi Raj let Gauri live even after capturing him. Gauri returned next year with a new military and smashed the entire Prithvi kingdom.
Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Scarcity makes presence more valuable. A famous actor takes a long break from films, heightening anticipation for their next project. Feeding news intermittently is used to heightening public interest.
Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Unpredictability keeps others on edge, giving you the upper hand. A soccer coach usually rotates their lineup unpredictably, keeping opponents unable to plan effective strategies.
Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Isolation weakens connections and limits access to crucial information. A CEO who refuses to meet with employees, leading to miscommunication and a loss of company morale, would be doomed. Board meetings, conferences of the senior employees, company dinners, etc. should tell you something.
True. Now, the Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Misjudging someone's power or temperament can have severe consequences. A journalist may criticize a tech mogul, but the mogul retaliate by leveraging their media influence to discredit the journalist. In simple words, never challenge the truly powerful. Especially, never overtly.
Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Avoiding entanglements ensures flexibility and leverage. A freelance consultant works with multiple clients without pledging loyalty to any, maintaining freedom and maximizing opportunities. If a junior employee brings you a complaint against another employee, never promise to take his or her side. This is indeed the very important rule.
Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Appear dumber than your mark. Underestimating someone can prompt them to reveal their intentions. A salesperson may pretend to be ignorant about a product to encourage the buyer to explain its value, leading to a sale.
Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Yielding strategically can lead to long-term gains. A small startup agrees to a buyout from a giant competitor, using the resources to launch a new venture later. Most of the biotech startups do that. Everyone should know that losing some battles to win the war is a necessary requirement.
Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Focus amplifies strength and impact. A company that invests heavily in a single product line would dominate the market instead of spreading resources thinly across multiple ventures. It reminds me of the African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. The author suggests putting all eggs in one basket and suggests going fast.
Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. Mastering social nuances secures influence. A junior diplomat flatters their senior colleagues and subtly aligns with powerful allies, ensuring career progression. Nothing beats sweet words, and nobody wants to be judged.
Law 25. Recreate yourself. The world changes constantly, and adapting your identity to fit new trends, values, or goals keeps you ahead of the curve and in control of your narrative. An athlete transitions into a successful commentator after retirement, reshaping their public image. Madonna reinvented her image repeatedly over decades, transitioning from a pop star to a cultural icon, ensuring her relevance in different eras.
Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Avoiding direct involvement in unpleasant tasks shields your reputation. A manager delegates a controversial layoff decision to a subordinate, preserving their own image with employees.
Law 27. Play on people's need to create a cult-like following. Providing hope and direction galvanizes loyalty. A charismatic leader builds a movement around vague but inspirational goals, attracting devoted followers. Probably, this law needs no explanation.
Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Boldness attracts attention and inspires confidence. A startup launches a risky, untested feature that goes viral, overtaking competitors hesitant to innovate. Look at Elon Musk's projects. Commercially, they may not be competitive, but they are highly ambitious and attract public attention.
Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Foreseeing outcomes minimizes risk and maximizes success. A chess player anticipates several moves ahead, leading their opponent into a trap. Not planning is the recipe for the delays, if not outright failure.
Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Concealing effort enhances the perception of mastery. A pianist practices relentlessly, but performs with apparent ease, leaving the audience in awe.
Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. Framing decisions ensures outcomes align with your objectives. A parent offers two choices for dinner, both healthy, ensuring the child feels empowered while meeting the parent's goal.
Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. People gravitate toward idealized visions over harsh realities. A marketing campaign promises a product will transform your life, appealing to consumer aspirations. Did you ever wonder why the sugary beverage sellers show so many adventurous activities in their ads? All those activities have nothing to do with their product. Baby product sellers tell less about their products and more about babies and their emotional connection with their mothers. These all examples play with people's fantasies.
Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Understanding what motivates people, be it pride, fear, ambition, or insecurity, lets you influence their decisions more effectively. A salesperson identifies a client's fear of missing out and emphasizes the product's exclusivity, closing the deal. Or if a salesperson learns that a potential client values prestige over price, then, instead of offering discounts, they may pitch the product as exclusive and premium, securing the sale.
Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Self-confidence and presentation inspire respect. A local entrepreneur invests in high-end branding, gaining respect and attracting wealthy clients. All the established rich people may preach simplicity, but they never were so when they were starting up.
Law 35. Master the art of timing. Acting at the right moment amplifies impact. A stock trader always waits for a market dip before buying, maximizing returns.
Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Indifference to failure preserves dignity and influence. A candidate loses a job offer, but publicly claims the role wasn't a fit, maintaining their image. The sour grapes fable is still valid due to its substance.
Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Dramatic presentation enhances impact and recall. Apple's product launches captivate audiences, making each event memorable. It's simply essential.
Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Conforming outwardly allows subversive ideas to thrive unnoticed. An unconventional artist blends in at formal events to network effectively, but later makes use of this network to show himself. He would be outcast if doesn't do in Rome as the Romans do.
Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Disrupting equilibrium can reveal hidden opportunities. A rival spreads rumors during a merger, creating chaos and gaining an advantage. It's a proven strategy to hinder rivals' growth.
Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Valuing quality over cost reflects discipline and ensures better outcomes. A professional always invests in premium tools instead of relying on free alternatives, yielding better results.
Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Innovation prevents comparison and establishes individuality. A new leader rebrands their organization instead of replicating their predecessor's approach.
Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Targeting key influencers dismantles opposition. Removing a union leader weakens collective resistance in a workplace. Removing the uniting force from the opponent gives you opportunity to deal with them relatively easily.
Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Winning emotional support fosters deeper influence. A politician connects emotionally with voters, building loyalty beyond policies. Bringing one person from a community shows a human connection with them.
Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Reflecting behavior can unsettle and disorient rivals. For example, mimicking an opponent's strategy in sports forces them into uncharted territory.
Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Incremental adjustments ensure smoother transitions. A manager introduces gradual changes to a workflow, minimizing resistance. Revolutions usually end up in chaos.
Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Vulnerability builds trust and prevents envy. A celebrity reveals past struggles, making them relatable to fans. Most of the self-made billionaires, despite having gotten enormous support from their families, showcase themselves to be entirely self-made.
Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aim for. Knowing when to stop preserves success. A trader takes profits early instead of chasing higher gains. avoiding losses in a market downturn.
Law 48. Assume formlessness. Rigidity in strategies or identity makes you predictable and easier to counter. Flexibility ensures survival and growth, allowing you to exploit changes and challenges as opportunities. A tech company may shift focus from hardware to software as industry trends evolves. Netflix pivoted from DVD rentals to streaming and then to original content creation. By staying flexible, they outpaced competitors like Blockbuster, which failed to adapt.
At the end, let we emphasize again that the book is not about ethical implications. The laws offer tactical advice. Their application without integrity can harm relationships or reputation.
Yes, having said that, we wish you the best. Keep on keeping on. Bye.